Joseph Crudup Show, and welcome to the Joseph Crudup Show. Today is Thursday, January 2nd, 2025. Yes, you heard about the Ohio State Buckeyes. They all have been down, but not out. Well, last night on the Rose Bowl, Ohio State bounced back to beat Oregon. Well, anyway, they did beat something else. Well, anyway, in this whole game right now, they did beat Oregon last night with this fast and beatdown, and then went on to win the Rose Bowl to face Texas in the Cotton Bowl semifinals. Well, they're not done that, and good for them. They got a lot of work to do. They got two more wins. They got to get to Cotton Bowl to face Texas, and then they're on the way to the national championship. And this time, what happened here? Well, anyway, it has been ups and downs after they lost to Mexico, and then the fight had been broken out. And then now, what they did want to do is face Texas, the number 4 seed. They beat Tennessee in the college football playoffs in the first round. Then last night they beat Oregon Ducks, the number 1 seed, 41-21 in the Rose Bowl quarterfinals. So now they're looking to get into it. They're looking to get right back into it to get to the Cotton Bowl, and they did. So now they went on to face Texas. They got a lot of work to do for months ahead. So this time, it won't happen. It will happen on January the 10th. It will happen on January the 10th as both teams will continue to face off. Now in Texas, they beat Arizona State in overtime at the pick at the Arizona picked off in that interception on that last play, giving up, getting to Texas 39-31 win, and they're on the way to Cotton Bowl. The Sugar Bowl is on. It's still on right now. And now we're going to the Cotton Bowl now in the second quarter. They said Notre Dame and Georgia are both tied. They both tied. Maybe we'll see what happens in here. But now, as we just said about this, whoever wins the Sugar Bowl face Penn State in the semifinals. And then the national championship starts on January the 20th during Donald Trump inauguration and the Martin Luther King Day. So anyway, it do matters. It do matters a little bit for those teams. This team right here, Georgia or even Notre Dame needs to win to get to the semifinals on the Orange Bowl. So for crying out loud, you don't have to get to this, you don't have to get to that. It is what it is. All I can say is this. Ohio State is doing good. Not though they have been down, but now they beat Tennessee. They beat Tennessee last week. They beat Oregon last night, and that's the way it is. That's the bottom line. Wow, for real. I mean for real. And I believe if Ohio State Buckeyes can stay in course, they'll be a tough guy to beat. So now it is what it is for sure. Whether you like it or not. So now here's what it is. Now I'm getting some time. Now I do believe that we're gonna have a game so far. They're gonna have a game so far, and we're gonna see what happens. Now, the last time, back in was a long, long time. I can even know about that. So now, hmm, I think Ohio State is looking better. They're looking better to win the national championship for real. But we're gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna have to wait and see. Now Texas, on the other hand, they look pretty good. They look pretty good, and they have been struggling last day. The lesson they have been struggling. They are struggling last day when they almost lost to Arizona State. They almost lost to Arizona State, right? And they had to sell in overtime, right? And then down 31 to 24. Texas came back and tied this game up, and then went on to take the lead and the 2 point conversion, 39 to 31. First down, Arizona State had a chance. The quarterback gets the draw, but he's picked off by the Texas defender. Game over. So now Texas is in. Ohio is in it. On the orange board, Penn State is still away to that depends on which each team wins the Sugar Bowl, even Notre Dame or Georgia in New Orleans. Now, for real, everything has been going on for the wins for so far and so fast. It can happen any time, every minute, any second. It has been. But no, all those both teams, they just said, even one team, even one team ever. I'm getting so tired, folks. Very tired. Even one team declares the win. And we'll have to wait and see for them. Until then, this game that game will be decided whoever wins. So this is gonna be even do or die time, even win or loses, it doesn't matter what team it's going to be. I can tell you this right now. This is going to be all even. All even when the game goes on. Otherwise, we could have. Otherwise, we couldn't have any problem. Man, I'm getting so sleepy right now. So any game has a mouse, and that's what it is. And I think we'll have to wait and see for about that. So we'll see what happens by then. We'll see what's going on. But meanwhile, it does not matter who gets the win. But anyway, the question is for everybody. I can definitely sure. I can definitely show where it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out for sure. So I can not do anything about that for sure. So anyway, whoever wins this, whoever wins the Sugar Bowl tonight, whoever wins the Sugar Bowl this evening, will face the Penn State in the Orange Bowl. So you got a good idea of getting it to your folks. Whoever wins this might be getting the Super Bowl. Now each team, now Pat McAfee and other guys are on it. The other boys are on it, watching the Wolves Bowl. They saw the Wolves Bowl when they behind the end zone, but they were out. They were out in the field. They were all out in the field watching the game. Pat McAfee and them. So Pat McAfee up there doing a good job. I'm getting it. He was a guest commentary. on ESPN too. On ESPN, Chris Flower and Colt Holtzbeek is in it. So that was a good Wolves Bowl, and everything's doing okay, and no incidents here all down the Wolves Bowl, passing it in the parade. Well, anyway, he just said time has gone by. Now you look at the news, folks, and here's what's happening. Here's what's happening, folks. As the game between Georgia and Notre Dame all tied 3 apiece. Now, in the Rose Bowl, now that's what happens. Now it says Ohio State gets its revenge over Oregon in Rose Bowl blowout, advances to the college football playoff semifinals. Like this, the rematch of college football's game of the regular season failed to live up to the hype as number 8 seed Ohio State took out its pent up frustrations on top seed Oregon and a 41-21 victory in the Rose Bowl quarterfinal of the college football playoff. The first meeting between the two Big Ten foes on October the 12th, a 32-31 win for the Ducks in Ensign Stadium, featuring 7 lead changes. But the Buckeyes took a 7-0 advantage on a 3-play drive within the first minute of action and never looked back. Further, the blowout was a punching passing attack led by superstar freshman Jamal Smith. He demolishes his Eagles out of control and catch with this one, holding in a season best 187 yards and 2 touchdowns on just 7 receptions despite entering the game as an auxiliary focal point of the Ducks' defensive efforts. Now, Ohio State lead by as many as 34 points in the first half before Oregon made a brief one between the end of the second quarter and started off the third quarter with back-to-back scores that cut the lead to 19. However, the Buckeyes weren't able to respond and keep the Ducks at more than arm's length throughout, with star wide receiver Edward Stewart rolled out during the pregame warm-ups. Oregon's offense failed to find the same success it did against Ohio State's defense in October, at least when it mellowed. Duke quarterback Dylan Gilbert finishing his college career with 299 yards passing and tied Case Conner's all-time mark of 155 career touchdowns. He looked uncomfortable throughout much of the first half until the offense's first scoring drive as time expelled before the stop. Now, of which the Buckeyes had 8 with the Ducks allowed 13 all season. Ohio State's defense wore the trenches, making a complete reversal from the October game. Now, Oregon's quest for the national championship and undefeated season ends at 13-1. Ohio State will face number 5 Texas in the Cotton Bowl semifinal. Wednesday's result was the first 20 points lost by a number 1 team since 2019 CFP title game. Clemson 44, Alabama 16. Smith's 187 yards receiving are the fifth most in CFP game internationally. He sets an Ohio State's record for most receiving yards in the game by a freshman and a new Big Ten record for most touchdowns catching by a freshman 14 and 8 season. With the victory, Buckeyes have passed arch rival Michigan for most Rose Bowl wins at 10. That's second only at USC at 25. Counting sacks, Oregon had minus 23 yards rushing. That's the second worst total ever for the number one team since 2000. Only Florida, minus 36, was Auburn in 2001 had a lower total. So, like I say, man, look, like I said, the Ohio State Buckeyes are going to face Texas in the Cotton Bowl that will be on January the 10th. While Joseph and Notre Dame are still on, and the game is tied as we look at it right now, the game's still tied. Whoever wins, somebody's got to give, even Notre Dame or Joseph. Whoever wins face Penn State in the Orange Bowl. Today I'm Joseph Crudup. I will see you probably at 4 o'clock. Till then, take care, everybody. And also, but don't forget, I'll be doing the sock level JV boys basketball. They're facing Jeff Webb this tomorrow night at 4:30. The JV boys starts at 4:30. Varsity girls starts at 6 o'clock. And Varsity boys starts at 7:30. Till then, I'm just good. Obviously, see you tomorrow.